Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day EFL Panini has officially dropped, and in today's video we're going to go through the collector's book. We've got 5 packs to open as well. It's been a nightmare to try and get my hands on this, but if you do go on to enjoy today's video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. 200 likes on today's video would be massively appreciated. Let me know down below which club you support, which stickers you're most excited to collect. Now, ever since I was young, I was obsessed with collecting match tracks and all that sort of stuff. Now there is an EFL version of this for Panini, collecting the stickers with my club Bradford City. I feel like I'm 7 years of age again. Now, this is my first time doing any type of card sticker sort of collecting, so as you can see here, we've got loads of different camera angles set up. It is my first time doing it, so bear with me. I'm going to try and make this into a series. I don't know if it's going to be long form or short form. I guess that just really does depend how this video does. So if you want to see more of this type of content, don't forget to interact as much as possible. Keep liking, subscribing, commenting, and hype, I think, is a new thing that you need to do now as well. But enough of all that admin, let's get straight into it. So this is the booklet that you can buy. I believe it is $5.99. Now obviously on the actual Panini website, I'm sure pretty much everything has sold out. I forgot, I didn't even realise that you could pre-order it, in all honesty. So I went into various different supermarkets. It took me 5 to try and find these. It's meant to be released today on Thursday the 20th of November. I went to a big Sainsbury's, a little Sainsbury's, a Morrison's and an off licence. None of them were selling any of them. Asda thankfully is selling the booklet, but again, they're not even selling the individual stickers. So if you know anywhere in the entire of the UK that's selling just the individual sticker packs that you can buy, that'd be much appreciated if you could let me know where I can get my hands on some. I have also been filming some YouTube Shorts content, so this is actually already open, as that you can see here, and one of the stickers, which obviously you can see in the middle, that has already been opened, but I've not actually looked inside it. So here is the EFL official sticker album featuring Bradford City's very own Bobby Point, and I'm pretty sure he's got a fair few special cards on there. Now my desk isn't the biggest, so we'll try and go through this in the best way possible. So here we go then, let's have a look quickly through the majority of these pages. So we start out, we've got Deshaun Bernard of Sheffield Wednesday, and we've got a couple of Reading players. Obviously this is structured quite differently to normal. You have obviously the Championship players being solo stickers. League 1 you get 2 players per sticker, and then League 2 you get 4 players split between 2 clubs per sticker as well. So in here I assume you get like the trophies and maybe some special items as well. It's been a long time since I've been collecting these Panini sort of things, so obviously this is all the various different pages. You've got the promotion and playoffs. So Anthony Sarsfield down here of Bradford City. Home form secured 3rd place in League 1 football for Bradford City. The Bantams had the best home record in League 2, winning 17 out of 23 games at the University of Bradford Stadium. A late winner from Anthony Sarsfield on the last day of the season, and it sealed the deal. So hopefully we get some sort of Bradford City related sticker. I would assume that we're probably 15, that would make the most sense, although there's a Port Vale thing there. Considering we finished 3rd, you would think it would be Doncaster, Port Vale, Bradford, and then Wimbledon there. Who knows how that one is going to work. So like I say, you do get various different pages. I'm not going to be too bothered about going through these sort of pages until obviously I'm filling things in, but if you, I guess, want to have a look at your club individually, I'm sure it'll be available online, or obviously it is $5.99 in the store. Again, this video is not sponsored, but this is just something that I'm going to do off my own back. So let's move on to away from the Championship, if we can do that. It seems like we are about halfway through, I would say, and we've got some elites here, whether it's Sublime Skills or Monster Mentality. These ballers have that something special that elevates them to the elite status. Is there any Bradford City ones of these? It doesn't look like it on that page, although I'm pretty sure they're all in the Championship, those players. On this page of elite is League 1 players. You've got Owen Bailey of Doncaster Rovers. No, it doesn't look like there is going to be any Bradford City ones, and I think there's only 4 actually from League 2. You've got former Bantam Amari Patrick on there, Dave McGoldrick, a man who always seems to score against Bradford City. So unfortunately no Bradford City elites unless they're on this page. You know, this is where we're going back into the Championship. I'm pretty sure these packs now retail at £1 for 5 stickers, which is quite expensive, but given this day and age, it's everything in life just seems to have gone up. The cost of living, inflation, all that sort of stuff is ridiculous. ridiculous, isn't it? So I think it would have been more ideal if it was £1 for 10, even £1 for 8, but £1 for 5 I do think is quite steep in all honesty. So we've got some ones to watch here. Surely Bobby Poynton has got a ones to watch. I can see some from the Championship, some from League One. You've got a couple from League Two, but it doesn't look like there is no Bobby Poynton. Surely he's one of the hottest, youngest prospects in League One as of right now. But no, it doesn't look like he's got one of those special cards, unfortunately. So into League One then. This is the league, having been a Bradford City fan, so obviously I'm a Bradford City fan, the one that I do care the most about. So I think the next page should be Bradford City. No, there's a lot of clubs that actually have got B, haven't there? So the next one, here we go then. This is Bradford City, as you can see on your left here. Fresh from promotion and with a strong start to the 25-26 under their belts, Bradford will be aiming for much more than just survival after returning to League One. We've got a home kit and the away kit, no pink third kit on there as well. You've got the University of Bradford Stadium. Capacity, I assume, I don't know how well you'll be able to see that, is the allowed capacity rather than the official capacity, because I'm pretty sure it's over 25,000. Our last 5 league positions have been 3rd, 9th, 6th, which for some reason has got a downward arrow. We weren't relegated that season, so I don't really know what the downward arrow potentially means. Is it based on the previous season? 15th to 14th was an improvement. Maybe that's what it means. So from obviously 6th place, where we lost out in the playoffs to Carlisle, down to 9th is why there's the red arrow. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stickers. I assume the badge, that'll be players and maybe a manager, or I guess we'll have to wait and see. We've got some squad players here: Joe Hilton, Zach Cady, Brad Halliday, Neil Byrne, Tom McIntyre, Aidan Baldwin, Kieran Kelly, Lewis Richards, Curtis Till, George Goodman, Tyreek Wright, Tommy Lee, Nick Powell, George Lapsley and Will Swan. So I would like to assume every other Bradford City player will feature somewhere in here. Obviously you get 2 per sticker, so that could mean 14, could obviously mean a lot more as well. But we'll quickly have a final glimpse through at all of the other ones. You got some nice toilet paper on here if that you need it. Joe Sabara is on here, although he's actually gone out on loan to Solihull Moors in real life. Obviously by January a lot of these squad lists will have changed and all that sort of stuff, so it's important that you try and get that filled as quick as possible. But just trying to get through the rest of this as fast as possible. Let me know down in the comment section down below your thoughts on the way that Panini and the EFL have produced this. For me, I think there's certainly room for improvements. I can understand why they've not just done 1 player for every squad, because obviously, you know, there's 72 different clubs and it makes sense that the higher up you are in the pyramid system, you do get more stickers. Having obviously been a bigger club, there's probably going to be more interest in those clubs. But looking at raised in the EFL, you've got Akinfenwa, Anderson on there. Is there any former Bradford City players, potentially any Lewis O'Briens or Jordan Pickfords? It doesn't look like there is, unfortunately. I don't think any of these players, but you've got a fair few Premier League stars. Obviously you've got Harry Kane in there as well. It's quite weird seeing Akinfenwa. Was he really raised in the EFL? Did he ever play in the Premier League? Don't think he did. I'm not really so sure why Adebayo Akinfenwa is on there, in all honesty. The rest of them make a lot of sense. They're regulars in the Premier League, or in Harry Kane's case, abroad, but I have no idea why Akinfenwa is on there. So here is how the League 2 section does look. As you can see, it is split a lot more. So again, another big positive as to Bradford City getting out of England's 4th tier, which is very good news. But looking at some of the clubs who are still down in League 2, I'm very glad that Bradford City did manage to achieve that promotion at the end of last season. Can we see who's going to be on here? Because Grimsby obviously got a fair few of our former players: Rhys Staunton, Charles Vernham, Jamie Walker, Clark Ador's on there. So that's probably the League 2 one that I am most keen to fill. Obviously you've got Oldham, recently promoted back into the Football League. You've got Walsall, completed the biggest bottle in League 2 history last campaign. I wonder if we'll get a Richie Smallwood for Tranmere Rovers. And then the final page, I don't want to damage this, but it's struggling. Then you've just got a lot of admin, so you can save 10% if you use EFL Stickers 26 on the Panini website, but everything is actually sold out on there as of right now. You can get an online exclusive 100 pack box, so I assume that'll cost £100, plus 3 captain parallels inside. We've got some more stickers on here as well. Any Bradford City? No, we do have Bobby Thomas, Conor Ogilvie, Melker Widdell, not a player that I've heard of before, and then you've also got Oliver Casey and Hayden Coulson. So that means you get 4 at the back, and then you also get, is it 2 at the start? 2 stickers, that is, as well, not just 2 players. Yeah, so you get 6 stickers as well. I think that's my brief review of the book complete, I think it's time to start opening some packs. I guess the best place to start then is with the pack that I had already slightly opened for a YouTube short. Some of you might have come from the YouTube short or Instagram Reel, TikTok, wherever that was, or ended up being available. As you can see, we do have a shiny to start out with, but I haven't actually peeked it. I don't know what we have got in here, so I'm pretty sure that you do get 5 stickers in these packs. Like I say, I'm pretty sure they are £1 a piece. So if I can just try and slide these ones out of here, our first pick, our first pull then, is a special version of Lewis Wing. Now I'm not 100% sure how good that these are, but obviously as you can see it's got a nice little rainbow glimmer on that. If I try and just bring that as close as possible, it does look pretty cool on there. We've also got a Sean McLaughlin of Blackburn Rovers. We've also got an Oliver Rathbone of Wrexham. We've got a Matty Godden of Charlton Athletic, and then we've also got Sam Field of QPR. So quite a championship themed pick there, or championship themed pull. I would like to just quickly put Lewis Wing back onto the top, as that obviously does seem like the best pull so far. So relatively pleased with that one. I assume he just goes in with the Reading sort of pile. I don't think he goes in anywhere else specifically. Let's open our second pack then, the first one that we will officially be ripping. You can rate, certainly nothing else, rate my rip skills down in the comment section down below, as we will try and get into this one without doing any damage here. Hopefully we'll put the rubbish over here. So first up then, we have a Cameron McGeehan, again very similar to that of Lewis Wing, as you can see in terms of the design, obviously former Barnsley and Colchester midfield. We've also got Josh Sargent, one of the best strikers in the EFL. We've got George Dobson, so a couple of Wrexham midfielders so far. Brodie Spencer of Oxford United, and then also Nathan Lowe and Malik Mothersill. Obviously Nathan Lowe on loan from Stoke City, Malik Mothersill signed from Peterborough in the summer for quite a hefty fee. So 2 special cards so far in McGeehan and Lewis Wing. Obviously we are most interested in hopefully getting some Bradford City players. On to pack number 3 then. Can we get a Bradford City player out of this one? I can see that we have got another shiny. Yet to get any badges or elites or made in the EFL, whatever they're all called these days, although this one is looking like a, I think these are called cracked ices, which I'm pretty sure are badges. I am struggling very much so in trying to get this out. We have got our first badge, and that is in the way of Yorkshire rivals Barnsley FC. You might be able to see my reflection in there, which looks pretty cool. That is a very nice badge, in all honesty, not in terms of just the Barnsley badge, in terms of the way that sticker is designed, but I must admit I do like that a lot. We've also got a Paudie O'Connor, former Bradford City man, and also a Derek Williams on that one. We've got Ben Brereton Diaz, obviously former Blackburn and Southampton player, now at Derby County. We've got another Stockport double in Owen Dodgson and Ethan Pye, 2 left-sided defenders, obviously left back and centre back. And also we've got our first kits then. We have Stoke City. Speaking of Nathan Lowe, that is obviously his parent club. It feels very nice, does this? I don't know how to describe it. Obviously you'll just have to wait and see until you've got them in your hands yourself, but that does feel very nice. Relatively pleased with that one, so I'll leave that one there and I'll put the Barnsley one there as well. So we've got 2 packs remaining. We'll go with this one next. Still yet to get anything from Bradford City, as we will give this penultimate pack a opening. Obviously I would like to get my hands on some more, but nowhere seems to have them in stock at this moment in time, or certainly not as of this morning. Let's go in to our penultimate pack then. We're going to start things out with a Will Lancashire, I believe on loan from Tottenham Hotspur. We've also got a Charlton Athletic Stadium, which looks pretty cool. Another one to go. I think that is actually our first stadium, isn't it? So we'll put this one down here as well. That one looks pretty nice. You've got Steve Cook, former Bournemouth defender. Then you've got the likes of Dom Dwyer and Rhys Oates of Mansfield Town. I'll be surprised if Will Evans doesn't have a sticker then, if we're seeing Dom Dwyer, and obviously Rhys Oates has started out this season on absolute fire. And we've also got Colin Shush, I'm not 100% sure, he's Hungarian, I don't really speak Hungarian, and also Joe Edwards, who he's down as a midfielder, but I thought he was more of a centre mid, wasn't he, when he was at Walsall potentially. So let's put them ones there, and that leaves us then with our final pack. Don't forget, if you are enjoying this type of content, to like, comment and subscribe. Let's get into it then. Can we end on a Bradford City? How nice would it be me to pull a badge or a Graham Alexander, something like that. I'm relatively pleased with what we've got so far. It's a nice place to build our starter collections on. I'm going to try and make this a consistent series. Let's have a look then at our first pull. We've got Junior Shamadou, former Colchester right back, now of Stoke City. We've also got our first League Two sticker, and that is Luke Southwood and Jules Senior of Bristol Rovers, and Tom Conlon and Kieran Morris of Oldham Athletic. Obviously these are two individual stickers, they will peel off. I don't know if you'll be able to see the divider in the middle, but our first League Two sticker. We've also got Carlan Grant, who seems to have changed his name since the last time I'd stumbled across Carlan Grant. I didn't see the first part of his double barrel before. We've also got Callum Doyle of Wrexham, so we've had a fair few Wrexhams so far, and also a League One with Elliot List and Ethan Wheatley. So unfortunately no Bradford City stickers for us today, but on the whole I'd say I am relatively pleased with that. We've got Lewis Swing and Karen McGeehan, who are, I need to find out what the actual terminology is for this. It doesn't say on the back, unfortunately, but obviously these are much better than the traditional sort of stickers. We've got the first badge of Barnsley, we've got the first kit of Stoke, and the first ground as well of Charlton Athletic. But there we go then, there is my EFL Panini starter pack unboxing at $5.99. Let me know down below if you're going to be participating in this, and like I say, when I can get my hands on some more packs, we'll be opening them as soon as possible. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hype the video if you did enjoy. Thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you very soon for another one.